Hi there, everybody. This is Kay. I thought I'd just give you a quick update and, find out, let you all know what's been going on and things like that. Uh, Still on the job hunt market. I don't know why it's so difficult to find work, but you never know. That's just probably the way the economy really is. But anyway, I'd like to know, uh, since my first video, I posted, what your feedbacks are on doing transitioning, and if you had any questions to ask me, because I've pretty much done everything on my own, and I can give you tips and tricks on, how to pass in public and how to, you know, what's I've been going through for the past 4 years now. But I do have one issue, and it's kind of goofy to me, but I thought that I would share it with you. Has Yahoo gone nuts? Reason why I'm asking that is, funny thing. This is the funniest thing. People on Yahoo, maybe it's a new generation that's getting on online and stuff, but I have noticed that a lot of people will send a pop-up instant message to you, and it's always comes up, stupid things. ASL, which means age, sex, location. Well, if I put on there TGK in Kentucky, doesn't that mean what my sex really is? Well, here's the best thing for me. I start acting like a smartass. And the reason why I do that is because when somebody says age, sex, location, I put down, I'll write them out a little message, then I'll put them in the ignore spot, which is, my age is none of your business. My sex, yes, I do have that. And location, guaranteed you will not be able to find me with the GPS. Then I would have other ones pop up, and they start doing this, how the letter R, U, question mark. Well, let's see. What can we come up with there? I know. This is what I use. I put on there, I'm the best in the world. Now, if it's a bot, they don't know how to respond to it. But if it's a real person, then they come up and they'll say, wow, okay. And they'll go on with the question, how old? Well, let's see, how old am I? Well, I took inventory on the ark. The rabbits were the hardest after 40 days to keep track of. Now, here's another good one. Same thing, come up, how the letter R, U. In chat rooms, when did it turn out to be, we'll send text messages and chat? I don't get it. But anyway, how are you? And then, again, the question mark. Well, let's see. I've already used, I'm the most expensive. I'm the most expensive. Okay. Or better yet, how are you today? I feel fabulously expensive. I mean, these are silly questions. Or then they come up with the, excuse me, then they come up with the age, sex, and location thing, ASL. Well, let's see. Where do I want to be at today? Or better yet, where are you from? Well, I'm from Venus. I am broadcasting live on a shortwave radio And I'm broadcasting live on a shortwave intergalactic radio, coming directly to you in your laptop. Then we get to the good. Then we get another good one. The dumb ones that I think are very, very vulgar. Do you have pics to trade? Well, let's see. No, I don't have any pics to trade. Let me ask you this. Did the internet actually run out of pictures? That's good. That's a funny one for me. But I do think it's very entertaining to watch the bots. I have just lost my skirt. I am just sitting here in a skirt and nothing else. Someone IM me. What's up, people? This lip gloss tastes really good. Will somebody else want to... I need somebody else's opinion. Well, there are plenty of dogs around. They can do the taste test for you. But this is just me acting silly here. But anyway, I am just kind of curious, any other transgender people out there, I am just curious, your feedbacks, I'll answer any questions you have. What I know, how I've done it, and how to present yourself. So, the little bit what I've learned in the past 4 years, I will tell you this. The biggest challenge that I ever had, as far as passing, the biggest challenge I had was going to court. I don't like to normally go downtown for court. I pretty much avoid it like the plague. But I had to go to court, and the first time going to court, I was a man. Show up 2 years later, and in front of a totally different judge. I'm a female, which kind of set him back because I was actually there on time, waiting out there, and the prosecutors, the prosecutor who wants to lock me up, she comes out and she actually looked at me 4 times. Now, sometimes if you're not passable and you're sitting out there as a female, they may look at you as it's a joke. But when I went in there, I had a complete ID, name change, all my paperwork of who I am, everything. And I was taken very seriously. Now, that's one of the things that I want to tell you all, that in order to get somebody to take you seriously, don't make a joke out of yourself. Because if somebody else makes a joke out of you and you agree with them, you aren't taking yourself very seriously. And I will say this, things can turn very ugly very quick. And my suggestion to you is to later on, not to, if you transition and you're doing it on your own, my suggestion is to move away from where you live. Even if it's like maybe 3 or 4 miles from where you originally grew up. Because, for one, nobody knows you there. You're starting over a new life. And honestly, when you maybe like a year or 2, kind of like casually go back through your old neighborhood or whatever, nobody will notice you. Nobody will know who you were, unless you stop to talk to an old buddy or an old friend, and then you're not sure of what that reaction really is going to be. But in order to,
cut down on some of the conflict and stuff, I would suggest that you would, move away, like I said, about maybe 2 or 3 miles away from where you originally grew up, and then start all over again. And I will tell you this, this is the feeling that I got. When I moved away, actually I moved about 35 miles away from where I used to live. And when I came back, honestly, nobody knows. And honestly, that's the best thing. I don't tell anybody who I was. I don't tell anybody what my past was, because to me, my past is just that, my past. I do have people ask me, say like in a chat room, and I picked this up from another transsexual who was, she's got a video that's stupid questions to ask a transgender or a transsexual person. And I do believe, I believe everything that she said, where you don't need to know what my former name used to be. Or don't ask me what my former name used to be. Because, number one, you're not privileged. And number two is, that's my old life. That's the life that I left behind. This is my new life. And it's pretty much reinventing yourself. Now, the thing is, these are things that will help you in your transitioning. This is a few things that that'll help you along. But I'll explain it more in my next video, and I'll leave you with a little bit of that right there, which is kind of a way this video went here. It started off silly, and now it became very serious. So what I'll do is I'll post a serious one tomorrow, and I'll make a list of questions of things that you don't want to when you're transitioning. I just cannot talk, but these are things that you want to keep in mind when you're transitioning. The only people that really need to know who you used to be is your family, because they were the only ones that will, in a way, they will not be able to let go of what your past used to be or how you were brought up. It's just your family. But then again, most families, when you do something, when you transition from male to female, most families just write you off or just talk to you from afar. You're not close anymore. But in a way, it's depressing in a way for me, but it was a lot more easier for me to do the transitioning because I never was part of a family. I never was part of my family. I was considered as the black sheep. I did everything on the, how do you want to say it? I was the most, in my family, I was the only one that was very adventurous. I had a lot of experiences in my life. A lot of them I'm proud of, and some that I wish I would have done over again. But, that's just the way I was. And I still am today. But anyway, I'll cut this short, and I promise tomorrow the video will be a little more serious and a little more thought out. But I will come up with some questions where I'll be able to explain to you how I did my transitioning, and hopefully that you all will find it very enlightening. But until then, I will see you again tomorrow.